Hello and welcome to the MCRL's not GT, my mistake, Rallycross Championship here in Norway. We are just getting ready to go underway here in Hell, Norway. Bit of an interesting track with quite a severe elevation change, and with mostly gravel and tarmac, as usual. It's very interesting, sorry. It's got a lot of fast corners, very few slow corners. The Joker lap is very uniquely placed at the end of turn 1, sorry, in the middle of turn 1, so it gives drivers a little bit of leeway. If they go running off, they can just take the Joker if they run wide to turn 1, which many people do at the start of the first lap, especially if you're on that outside edge. Anyway, the drivers are getting ready to go. Start qualifier. It's a little bit of a darker track, it being sunset, but it's also looking a bit cloudy, so we could see some rain in some of the later races. But we'll have to see. Yeah, this track has a lot of elevation change, with most of the second half of most of the second third of the track being at the bottom of the hill, with with the middle of the first sector coming down the hill, and then throughout sector 3 they're coming back uphill till that jump across the finishing line as they reach back up to the top. Yeah, half tarmac, half gravel, with most of the tarmac being in that sector 1, and all the gravel being throughout sectors 2, throughout sector 2 and 3, and throughout that long, what's it called, long Joker lap. Here we go, we've got two guys still looking in the surface area. Looks like someone's mistakenly chosen for a Subaru. I'll need to check up on that, because we should only have two Subarus. So yeah, just getting ready. We've got one guy left in the thingy. Or it seems like one of the guys forgot to pick their car for some unbeknownst reasons. Don't get how you can forget to choose a car, but sure. Let's see what car he's meant to be. I think, yeah, he's meant to be in a Peugeot, not a Subaru. So with one of the Peugeot boys in a Subaru for this race, could be very interesting. We've also got Skylar in his usual Ford Fiesta. He was doing quite well in the rallying last week, and we'll see how he does on the Rallycross track this week. We've also got Customs and its Golem, the two very deadly.
You only need to take it once. If you miss it, you'll get a time penalty.
The very competitive Subaru boys. Here we go, we get ready for the first quality session here. Still dry conditions. Here we go. Well, we've got four drivers, as a couple of the other drivers as in the other quality race. Here we go. And we are underway here in Norway. Skylar and Dos Pros both having a good start here, as they both go wide. Dos Pros riding the wall there in the Joker lap. I think everyone's taking it. Yeah, it looks like everyone is taking it, as we got the Audi of Oscar taking up second place, as Woodsy Emu just takes them out as they both go wide there. That's really cost them both. Oscar was able to fight off those pros here in the Volkswagen. As they go side by side as they come back up the hill. That sun blinding them for the right side. They both take it very tight around that corner there. There's Woozy Emu. Keeps hitting it off the wall. He's really not used to this Subaru. As he goes to take the Joker lap a second time, completely goes wide. Meanwhile, Skylar is taking it beautifully down this bottom section as he comes round onto the tarmac and back up the hill. Here, start the third lap. Meanwhile, Oscar Runner seems to be taking a commanding second lead as those pros also try and look down towards Oscar Runner. Yeah, Dolphro's one of the guys from the Formula 2 races making his debut here. Don't really expect to see much of him, but we'll see if he can make any sort of great appearances here in the... Can I join you in the party? Yes. If you give me a second, I can happily accompany that. If it's party thing would actually come up to right. I should probably turn down the audio. Oh shoot. Yeah, it's not about that.
You have a puncture on your left front. Go easy on the left front.
Apparently. Oh yep, there's puncture as Skylar takes the win here. As Woozy Emu gets lapped. Okay, I'll be like, yeah, you invite me after the thing. Oh. Yep, Woozy Emu has lost a tire here. We don't expect to see much out of him, so. Sorry for okay, we are drawing tight for here. Hello? I can barely hear you, so give me a second.
Yeah, I am talking quite. I was talking relatively quiet.
Okay.
I think.
So here we go. We are back, and Skylar is taking the lead here with Oscar in our second, Dodge Pro's third, and Woozy Emu in fourth. Getting a 10-second time penalty, a puncture, and being lapped in a 4-lap race. That is not a good start to the first.
James May was better at Rallycross.
He's come bottom of the chart, nearly a minute slower. Dos Pros in 6th, Bollington in 5th, It's Golem 4th, Oscar in a 3rd, GTA's Customs in 2nd, and Skylar taking 1st place. As we get ready for the second race. Yeah, it's been a very interesting start to the Rallycross.
Okay.
We got 7 drivers, so we're only able to show 1 race. Now the weather forecast for this is a very sunset race, cloudy, but looks like rain could be on the way here, so we could see a bit of spots of rain near the end of the weekend or end of the session. Last couple of races. So here we go, different driver lineup as we get ready for the second qualifier. We've already got one incident that we might need to review already.
Perfect.
Just turn 1 going into the it was turn 1 going
The
into
almighty
the
steward will decide.
yeah. Woozy Emu and Oscar Runner were having a battle as we get ready for the second qualifier. I think Oscar Runner getting off to a really good start. GTA's Customs also chases him into the Joker. Skylar takes up the lead for not taking the Joker. as long as with its golem. You know, its golem chasing Skylar down the hill, back onto the gravel here. It takes a very tight line. They both go onto that tarmac and then back into the gravel at that intersection. Meanwhile, back Oscar takes a very wide line going into the grass as he goes sideways. GT's Custom pulling his way out and cutting part of the track there. Here you go, Skylar going wide out into Joker, taking it nicely onto the curb, and it looks like Itzcombe's also been able to take the Joker, but he's stuck behind his teammate, and Oscar has also been able to overtake him, so he hasn't taken that Joker as well as the others. There's all four of them taking the Joker here. Oscar getting a tap of the wall. I got a puncture from that tap of the wall. It looks like it's not going to be the race for him. I've got to get a nice little jump coming into the third lap. Heading round the top section. He's also got Customs on his back, trying to catch up. And then his teammates of its Golem also trying to get up into that second place. Meanwhile, Oscar has lost his rear right and he's spun round. I don't think he's going to be able to survive the rest of this race, but he has got the other three drivers trying to compete. And with what Woozy Emu was like last race, he might actually have a chance of getting a position. Meanwhile, Skylar's going back onto the final lap. He might be able to lap Oscar around here. Those Customs is also trying to chase him, try and catch him. Meanwhile, Oscar is slowly trying to take his car around the circuit. He's back with the tarmac and he's back up the hill, but he's spun, but he's been able to hold that spin. As Skylar comes right up close to him, but he's been able to cross the line before Skylar can. And he's able to finish the race in first, with Custom second, It's Golem third, and Oscar are going to have to take up fourth place here in this race, as he slowly makes his way back around the track. One last time on that lone rear right. Or rear left, I mean. Even the commentator's got me confused. Or his engineer's got me confused. So, we've already had 2 punctures and it's been the first 2 races. It's not looking good for the rally drivers. We've quite a few the rallycross drivers. We've had quite a few punctures throughout. We had Skylar's famous double puncture on his final race last time. And then we've also had 2 people get punctures here, and the rally drivers had a lot of tyre blowouts in the first rally. The second rally also had quite a few punctures. Anyway, Skylar takes quali 2 with JTO's Custom second, It's Golem third, Dos Pros fourth, Bovington fifth, Woozy Emu in sixth, and Oscar Runner in seventh. Meaning that Oscar Runner has been moved down to the B class, as Woozy Emu is able to, as another driver's been able to get up into the B class race. This B class race is for some of the faster drivers, while the A class is for some of the slower drivers. So you really want to stick out that A class. But of course, they also have less drivers to compete with, so it could be easier to get more points. As Woozy Emu has disconnected from the lobby. Interesting scenario that's happened. Are you able to get any sort of information from Discord about him? Did he say anything in chat? Hello?
Yeah, sorry, I muted my mic because I was on. Thinking my wheel was going mental. I was breaking my wrists. Let's see.
Oh, yeah,
Game froze.
Oh, his game is frozen, so I think that might be him out of the Rallycross race here. As we get ready to go racing again.
I'm getting my mic in because otherwise I'll be really loud.
Yeah. Here we go, getting ready for the third race. Here we go, the drivers getting ready. We've got Skylar, DOS Pros, Customs, and its Golem. And they're underway. No one really getting off to that great of a start, but Customs has been able to get a commanding lead as we come into turn 1. Skylar, as usual, not taking the joke at this first lap, as everyone else does. I think JCS Customs may have taken the joke, but didn't count. Either that, he took a very wide line around that joker, around the non-joker turn, as he's behind Skylar about 2 seconds, and he hasn't taken the joker. Meanwhile, its Golem has also been able to take up into 3rd place and has taken the joker. And Dos Pros down in 4th, but he has taken the joker, which is in time to its Golem. And he didn't take that normal line going over the grass. Meanwhile, Skylar has taken the joker, and he's now in a Super Sandwich. His Customs hasn't taken the joker. So we're gonna see if Customs can keep this lead after the joker. He's only about a second ahead. Meanwhile, he's about 2.5 seconds ahead of his teammate. As they keep always cutting that grass there, treating the car almost like a lawnmower, going over that one singular piece of grass. Surprised it's still grass, taking it that much. Meanwhile, it looks like DOS Pros is dropping back from the leaders as he comes across the timing sector to not even set. Be about 10 seconds behind the leader. While everyone else is within a second, 2, and 3. Anyway, Customs enters the final lap. He's going to have to take the joker this lap. Taking a very aggressive line to the joker, going a bit wide on exit, as Skylar's able to easily nip up the inside to take the lead again. As its Golem is trying to get past his teammate here. As Customs keeps taking these very aggressive angles into the turns. He's almost going sideways around these dirt turns. I don't know if it's that efficient or not. Still, Skylar takes the win here. As its Golem was able to get past his teammate, take 2nd place. Custom comes in 3rd. Meanwhile, Dos Pros is coming in 4th place here in this qualifier race. Yeah, so we got Skyland 1st, its Golem 2nd, Customs in 3rd, and Dos Pros 4th after this qualifier race. With all the drivers, we got Skyland 1st, its Golem 2nd, Oscar has been able to take 3rd, Customs in 4th, Bobbington in 5th, Dos Pros in 6th, and Uzi Evie in 7th after that disconnection. So get ready for the 3rd race. It's looking like Skylar's taking most of the wins here. Oh no, it's 4th race, my mistake. Here we go, as all the guys get ready for this next qualifier race. Skylar's first to come out of the service area. Closely followed by Bowlington and its Golem. Wait for 3 more drivers to get ready. Still, it's been a very interesting qualifier race. As we'll have 4 drivers in one race, we'll only have 2 in the other. I thought the game would have split them into 3 and 3, but I guess they don't. Oh no, they has! We only have 3 drivers here now. So it has split the groups in half. So here we are, getting ready for the 4th and final qualifier. Oscar winner, Skylar, and its Golem. All here competing for. And here they go. Underway. Dos Pros getting off. Oscar winner getting off to the best start, I mean. As he goes flying into the Joker lap. Skylar and its Golem are a wee bit of bumping and barging here for first place. Both of them not Team Joker. And Skylar's able to take the early lead with its Golem only less than a second behind. You could look at trying to get a move here, Oscar and Skylar, I mean. But he seems to have dropped back, he's only 1.5 seconds behind now. We'll see if either of those decide to take the overlap. Skylar's taking the Joker and its Golem is following him, doing a little bit up the wall, but able to take much earlier apex and able to get that power down earlier. Or being a later apex to get that power down early. So Oscar has been able to take over its Golem's position in second place as he chases down Skylar, only about less than half a second behind. But he's been able to drop back, but Skylar will be able to push a little bit further, push him to only 6/10 behind. As they will enter the third lap, none of them having to Joker anymore. It's a simple sprint race to the end. As Skylar continues to push a gap, nearly making a second long gap. As he comes back down the hill, its Golem seems to be dropping off the pace. Oscar will be able to pull it a bit. He's keeping that gap roughly the same. Meanwhile, its Golem seems to have dropped back quite a bit. Skylar seems to be getting a lot more pace at that bottom section of his track. To be able to push out Oscar by over a second now. Again, 1.5 seconds is now split between them. As Oscar takes a very dodgy corner. Looks like it could be a corner cut as he does pull in 0.2 of a second. Meanwhile, this Goldman's already lost a second on both of them. Skylar's been able to pull back some of that time that he's able to cut. Oscar seems to be losing quite a bit of time in this bottom section of the track. Skylar takes the win here. Oscar coming in second, and it's Golem, unable to catch up with both of them, comes in third place. And that will be the qualifiers over. As we wait for the A-class race to finish. So Skylar is first with Oscar second, it's Golem third, Dos Pros fourth, GTS Customs in fifth, and Bovington is sixth. Yeah. So we are getting ready for the semi-finals. As spots of rain seem to be starting to drop. Let's get ready for the semi-finals. Seems like that rain was forecast is going to start coming down now. Going to see how these drivers can handle the rain. There'll be all 6 of them on track together now. Get ready. The rain is pouring it down, making that track a lot slipperier than usual. Be better visibility on those gravel sections, but those tarmac sections are going to be absolutely blinding. The spray coming off the cars. Skylar again getting very quick through those service areas, hardly making a dent in his car. Bobington Customs also quick out the garage. Which is surprising because Customs is Nick Golem or one of two of the drivers that make the most contact. Let's get ready to go racing. Here we go, getting ready to go racing here in Norway for the semi-finals. Skylar and its Golem taking the front row here. Here we go. And they're underway. All the drivers are getting off to a good start here as we see who will take the Joker and who will not. Skylar jumped into the Joker lap. Which it seems like some of the two of the Subaru boys and I think that's Bobington and no, that's Dos Pros. Oscar Runner and Skylar being able to get ahead of its Golem, who hasn't taken the Joker. Well, Bobbykin has taken the Joker, he's in 6th place. Those pros and customs both haven't taken the Joker, and they're currently in 1st and 2nd. Those pros taking it wide, hitting into Skylar as they both cut part of the track. Come back up into the 2nd lap. With customs and those pros both taking Joker this lap. Its Golem also seems to refuse to take the Joker, and he's stuck down in 3rd place. This doesn't look like the greatest race for him. Meanwhile, Skylar's down in 5th place after that collision with Dos Pros. He's also not having the greatest of races here in the wet. Meanwhile, Bobbleton's just chilling back in 6th place. He hasn't really made up any time for those people that haven't taken the Joker that 1st lap. Customs jumping into the 3rd lap. He's looking to try and extend that lead from Oscar Runner and his teammate, who hasn't yet taken the Joker, so let's see if he takes it this lap. He hasn't, he's saving that Joker for quite late in the race. Maybe he's trying to get a few positions on track to get a bit of time from Bobington and Dos Pro. That guy seems to have dropped back. He dropped back to 6th place. Meanwhile, Dos Pro is going making his own track, it seems like, cutting off the grass. Bobington's been able to get past them both up into 4th place. What seems to be his highest position yet. Meanwhile, its Golem has been able to get past both Customs and Oscar, and he's hit the Joker inside, or the Joker in barrier, and he's lost quite a bit of time. As Oscar Runners seems to push him a little bit wide, and able to get up the inside, and allows his teammate through as well. Customs making those aggressive angles. He's able to get ahead. Meanwhile, they're both making their very unique line through that 2nd sector whilst its Golem was staying on the racing circuit. Jumping awkwardly into the 5th lap. Oh, its Golem absolutely punts Oscar Runner into the Joker lap and going wide there. Oscar Runner dropped down to 4th place. He was running 2nd and he just dropped down to 4th place. Stewards will need to investigate that one. But he's been able to come back up the inside. He's right behind Oscar Runner now. He's right behind its Golem, I mean. So he look for a little bit of revenge. He's going wide. He looks back up the inside. They're going side by side. Oscar Runner goes a little bit off track, trying to get away from its Golem. He's trying to split the Subaru 1-2 here. Staying right around the outside. On the curb. As its Golem goes a little bit wide. A little bit off track there. As Oscar Runner is able to come up into 2nd place. Custom comes up and across into 1st place. Oscar Runner going round the out. Its Golem able to go up the inside. Oscar Runner side by side, but he's been able to take its Golem at the line. Skylar coming in 4th place, able to get past Bobington, who gets into 5th place, and Dos Pro's coming in 6th. Meanwhile, Dos Pro's got a 20-second time penalty, and that drops him down in 6th place. Very exciting race here today. As we get ready for the finals, if you look at the clouds, it doesn't seem that the rain's going to pass anytime soon. So we're going to expect an equally wet finals. Very exciting there. Skyland just not being able to get that position that he normally does up at the front. Maybe the Joker never got it for him, or he just had a bit of trouble with traffic, but he just wasn't able to get any sort of high position there. Meanwhile, Oscar and its Golem having quite a battle there for the Audi and the Subaru. It was looking like it was going to be a Subaru 1-2 until Oscar was able to split that in half. Getting ready for the finals here. Worth a little bit more, but it's about the same race. It's Golem custom the Dust Pros able to get off that surface area faster. Skylar still in it though. She's having quite a bit of damage. Having to repair all that. Oscar is also staying in the surface area quite a bit. Probably having to make quite a bit of repairs from that battle with hits Golem. That absolute beating he took. Here we go, they're getting ready for the next race. Here we go. We got It's Golem and no, we got Customs and Oscar now in the first row. Skylar and Skylar and It's Golem in the second row. Oscar, no, Bobbiton and Dos Pros in the third row as they get underway here. All the drivers getting off to a good start. See who takes up the Joker. Oh, both Subaru boys have punted into each other as two of the guys go round the Joker. I couldn't tell what it was. That was Oscar Runner and Dos Pros as Skylar gets punted by one of the Subaru boys. Oh, and it's, yeah, Volkswagen gets double ruined. He's Skylar's down in 6th place. That was a terrible start by him. It was by none of his ill fortune. You got Oscar Runner and Dos Pros both saying the Joker. They're only in 3rd and 5th consecutively, but it's with the Subaru boys running a 1-2 here. Oscar Runner get a very awkward angle off that jump there, entering the second lap. Subaru boys battling out in front for first place. They're often battling quite a bit. It's Golem takes a little bit of a corner cut there, but doesn't seem to gain any time. In fact, it looks like he's lost some time as they're both a bit wide there. Grass missing from there, quite a few people running over it. Jumping into the 3rd lap. Either of them going to take the Joker. Yep, Custom staying the Joker. It's Golem sliding on that slippery tarmac as Oscar is able to nip up the inside, taking up to 1st place, passing both Subaru boys. As It's Golem gets punted by Dos Pros and goes spinning and loses 2 positions as Skylar comes back up to 4th. And Bobbington diving up the inside. It's Golem has just lost all his ground and he's back down to 6th place as Dos Pros goes for a spin, nearly takes the escape route and comes down to 6th place. It's Golem and Bobbington are battling as It's Golem just pits maneuver Bobbington into the wall. He was not happy with Bobbington's move there as he drops down to 6th place and battling with Dos Pros. Meanwhile, Skylar's being able to get back up to 3rd place after dropping down to 6th right from the start. Also, Oscar up with Customs. Customs going wide onto the grass. As Oscar is able to nip up the inside, but Customs does the old switcheroo and is able to get back up to 1st place as they enter the 5th lap here. There you go, Skylar in 3rd place. It's Golem yet to take a Joker lap. Goes into the Joker lap this time. He might appear next to Dos Pros and Bobbington is able to get past him as he drops back down to 6th place. Having to pass both of them yet again. But of course, we don't know whether these will be clean or dirty moves. As we saw last time, Bobbington went a bit wide there at the bottom of the circuit. And it's Golem starts to make his charge. As Customs enters the final lap here. Sliding on that tarmac, going very wide down to turn 1. Oscar not able to make a little bit of time here. Goes over the curb and hits the back end of Customs. He goes sliding, nearly colliding into Skylar as he moves back up in 2nd place. Bobbington going wide as he's battling with It's Golem. Cuts a bit of track there, getting a little bit of airtime there as well. Trying to make up that one last position as Customs comes to win the finals. Skylar coming in 2nd place, Oscar in 3rd, Dos Pros 3rd. And It's Golem and Bobbington making the final battle. But It's Golem got a better launch out that final corner. It will take up into 5th place. It's a very exciting race here. And Hell Customs winning the finals, with Skyline in second, Oscar in a third, Dos Pros fourth, It's Gone fifth, and Bobbington sixth. Oh, what an exciting race. And with that, that's been the MCRL's Rallycross Championship. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Formula Renault. See you guys then.